interesting story from 2017. The Aryan Brotherhood of Texas was indicted for conspiring with a group of women in a meth ring. The meth operation operated in prison, but it was led by women. And the funny thing about it is there's an unusual twist to the story. The Aryan Brotherhood is obviously a white supremacist prison gang that has a very, very racist ideology. They teach their members that white people are superior to every other race, and they teach their members not to associate with other races. It's illegal for its members to even talk to another race, play cards with another race, or interact with another race at all. They consider other races inferior. But in this particular indictment, this Texas wing of the Aryan Brotherhood, they actually worked with black street gangs in this meth operation. The feds are cracking down on an East Texas meth ring that's believed to have united the Aryan Brotherhood and unidentified African American street gangs. In an unusual twist, the federal prosecutor has singled out a group of white women as the possible leaders of the operation, which could be connected to two recent execution-style murderers. The prosecutor said, "It's unusual. We've got women at the top of the indictment. It's an unfortunate expression of girl power." The prosecutor announced charges against 17 people in drug trafficking cases that have plagued Longview, a city of 80,000. About 130 miles east of Dallas. Among them were 29-year-old Haley, 39-year-old Courtney, and 36-year-old Gina. One suspect, James Lamar Fountain, is still at large. According to one indictment, they possessed and conspired to distribute methamphetamine beginning in January 2014 all the way to 2017. Prosecutors believe some of the 17 suspects are affiliated with the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, but cannot identify which ones. Alright, so, the prosecutor said, honestly, the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas says that they're white supremacists, and the black gangs have their own particular views or whatever. It's all one color when it comes to drugs. It's green. It's money. And so they somehow happen to have alliances for that. And that's basically the topic that I want to discuss. You know, the Aryan Brotherhood teaches a very, very strict form of racism and white supremacy. They teach their members very, very detailed, nuanced information about the white race, and they teach their members very detailed and nuanced information on how black people and non-white people are animalistic barbarians and that the white race is superior to them. They teach their members, you'll get killed. If you're an Aryan Brotherhood member, they'll kill you if you get caught playing cards with a black person or a Spanish person or somebody who's not white. If you're drinking with them, eating with them, you'll get killed. That's how racist the Aryan Brotherhood is. But it's all a facade. In reality, the Aryan Brotherhood uses this ideology to create groupthink. It's all about group dynamics. If you can make all of these people unite under one single ideology, then you can strip them of their individual thinking. That way, they all move as one unit, as one brain. It's just like the military. The military shaves your head. You wear the same clothes. You sleep in the same bunks, and it creates this group identity. Therefore, it takes away the individuality in the person, and it makes the person more inclined to having this group mentality, this mob mentality. So the racial ideology is just a psychological tool to strip the identity of the members so that you can unite them, so that you can take 1,000 different people and make them operate under one mind. Instead of having 1,000 different minds, you have one mind. And the real true objective is to utilize this group of people to make money for you. And the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, the guys who are behind the whole operation are doing life in prison. So they use these gangs and they use these women in this particular indictment to actually do all the trafficking for them. And they probably sneak and smuggle some of the drugs into the prison so that the guys who are doing life can sell some in the prison. But I just think it's very hypocritical, and I think it's very funny that the most racist prison gang is, got indicted for working with street gangs, black street gangs.